Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. I'm sure you guys can guess from that title card that we are going to be working on week 2 for 2024 in my project life today. So the first thing you're going to see is me fussing with what label I want to use and how I want to stack these guys, because I really wanted to make sure that alligator was kind of like the most noticeable thing, because I thought it was just kind of cute and clever. Obviously from the theme, you can tell we've got a birthday thing going on. So Owen's birthday, he turned 9, which is bananas, this particular week. And it was also on a Monday. So it was just all about birthday mode for both of these spreads. So this whole page, so right off the bat, I 100% flipped the date stamp upside down accidentally. So I had to immediately grab my whiteout and cover it. So thankful for whiteout. So thankful. But I just whited it out and then flipped it back over and just redid it. It was no big deal at all. But I just popped the dates in there with my date stamp. I really need to hunt around for some more updated stamps. It looks like a lot of mine ran out in 2022 and 3. So I'm struggle busting a little bit with making sure I have an up-to-date date stamp. But back at it. So Owen's birthday kicked off the week, and then obviously the second spread, which we're not there yet, is going to cover like some other things that happen in the week, as well as the actual birthday party. Because, I mean, as we know, kids have their actual birthday, then their birthday party at that age. So a couple things that I want to talk about first are product, and then we can kind of dive more into the week. So a lot of printables got used. I am a fan of my printables. If there's a particular one that you see that you're really interested in, let me know. Some of these are from Paper Person, so I know that happy birthday card, and then the one I'm writing on now is from Paper Person. This week, I for some reason feel like that's in a Creative Bubble. The gingham print, that yellow, I want to say might be from Nellie and Clem, possibly. The Have a Happy Birthday and then that title card are from 2 different pages, actually, with crate paper. It was an older Happy Birthday collection, and they were cut apart pages for the Happy Birthday card, and then also I think it was like a full-blown 12 by 12 page for that title card, and I just cut out the cute part with the alligator. The weather card, I really feel strongly, is most likely in a Creative Bubble. It might even be just another printable. I know I've used that before. I get asked this a lot lately in videos, but the Neenah Bright White cardstock is what I typically use off Amazon. It's NEENAH, I believe. And it's going to have like pool balls on the packaging. So if you want to like type that into Google, that's the best way to find that. I feel like it's a good weighted cardstock, and they print really clear, and it's a bright white, so it's perfect. So that pretty much covers the product that you're seeing right now. You're going to painfully see me write all kinds of fun details. I think on the second spread, I filled out some more stuff ahead of time. I usually try as much as I can to fill it out ahead of time, just to save kind of the viewing time, I guess would be the best way to phrase that. But as far as what all went on this week, so the weather was really bananas after the birthday mode. So we got some crazy weather here in Georgia. We had like really high winds, and it just got really nasty, and it's been super cold here for a while as well. But I took this opportunity, since I was going to get an extra remote day, to make one of my favorite things, which is egg roll in a bowl. If you have ever had it, it's meant to be a pretty like low cost dish that kind of produces quite a bit. So typically you would make it with ground beef. I know some people have used ground chicken, ground turkey, that kind of thing. And then it's like a bag of coleslaw, an onion, usually like soy sauce, sesame oil. Like there's a couple little things going on in there. I think there's some rice vinegar. Like it's a pretty easy thing. once you make it one time and you kind of like buy into all the ingredients, it's good to go. But I have always made it with steak. So whether that's steak strips or whether I grill a steak or do it in a pan and then use the juice from that, to me, it just elevates the dish quite a bit. I actually made it again for Lunar New Year, which at the time of posting this video was actually yesterday. So I actually made it really upscale. I think a photo might still be on my stories if you guys want to pop over and see that, but it's the prettiest one I've ever made because I used forbidden rice. So it was black rice underneath and it looks so cool. But this one in the spread is just my normal version of it. And like I said, it usually stretches a long way. It stretches even farther if you use something like ground beef, and obviously lowers the cost if you do it like that too. So it's a really fun Asian dish. And it's a one pot kind of thing, so it's super simple. But what I'm trying to do this year is as I make recipes like this, I'm going to try to put recipe cards in there, because a lot of times when I'm trying to get inspiration for food, I will go back through my camera roll and maybe pick out something that I haven't made in a while or is one of my favorite things. And if you guys were watching the videos from, I think, 2022, when I was doing weeklies, I went through a sloppy Joe phase. Okay, that's like the most low budget, easy to make thing, but I went through a whole phase, guys. So there were a lot of sloppy Joe pictures, I think, in that. So right now I'm in an egg roll in a bowl phase, very much so. But I went ahead and did a recipe card. My recipe cards are from Hobby Lobby. That's just the easiest place to get them. And they actually have a really good assortment of different ones you can pick from. But I like these because they're really pretty plain, but they also kind of have that paisley pressed look to them. If you've ever shopped her products before, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it definitely has that look. And you can, they're double-sided, so that's perfect too. And you'll see how I basically create like a flip out card so that I hide talking about the weather and the egg roll in a bowl itself with that title card, because the rest of the spread was all birthday themed from Owen's actual birthday. And I really didn't want the kind of egg roll in a bowl nasty weather feature to be in there. Another thing that I did so that I didn't distract from the obvious theme of the week, which was Owen's birthday, I have that this week card, and it has a spot for every single day. So I took the opportunity to kind of write like a little blurb about each day, like maybe something that happened. Fun fact, I don't actually have that spread in front of me. Normally I would, so I can't really go through anything with any accuracy. If I remember something, I'll definitely shout it out. But for the most part, it was gross weather, very like low-key vibes all week, and Owen's birthday. That was really like the whole theme of the week. So like I said, and have said redundantly, that this was Owen's actual birthday. So we went over to Justin's house, and I was completely shocked that a 9-year-old would want crab, but you know, color me surprised. But Owen wanted to do a crab boil. So that's what they did. They boiled crab legs and just like went at them. So all of the pictures are either Owen dropping crabs, them eating, and then we kind of got into the birthday present mode, which was super fun. And I was really quite surprised and really happy that Owen took the time to like look over each present. Like most kids you would think would rip into everything at warp speed and, you know, just be wrapping carnage everywhere. But he actually like opened each present, read the cards, and like spent time with each thing and thanked each person. And it was so amazing and like unexpected. Not that he's not a type of child I would expect that from. I think it's just not expected from, you know, children to really take the time to look at things. But he was very patient and looked at each thing and thanked each person and was very like engaged, which was very nice. And then we had some cake, of course. But it was a really, really lovely evening to spend together. I do end up pulling up that happy place sticker at the end, and that doesn't stay. It just looked out of place. I usually try to leave one photo in every row that's like untouched completely. And I end up leaving this one as the untouched one, I think, for the most part. The rest, I'll get some type of bedazzlement or a sticker or what have you. As far as the sticker sheet off to the side, you can clearly see it's Allie Edwards. That's actually from a subscription kit from 2022, I think. And I know I talked about it in the week 1 video that at the time that those kits launched, there was actually a shipping issue. So we were all offered the digital packages. So you'll see me play with this, the word phrases again in a larger format where I printed them on cardstock and was able to cut them out, but they're so much bigger than this tiny little sticker sheet was. I'm not really shocked that my printables always come out so much larger. I'm just not a wizard with, Photoshop and all those things. And I just kind of like click and print. I try to keep it really simple. I'm not the biggest digital nerd, so I kind of struggle with resizing or things like that. So I really like that I am continuing to use that messy grid washi tape. I did have someone ask in a video recently, I think it was for my New Orleans kit video, and I have a link to, I believe, an Etsy shop that's selling them that's pretty much a dead duplicate for them. I bought them from a small shop ages ago in a kit that was terribly overpriced now that I look back on it, but not the point. But that's the duplicate, and you can find that in the New Orleans kit video if you guys are looking for a messy grid washi like that. Then, of course, I've got to go through my giant stack of enamel dots to find what I think would match the best so that I can speckle them across the spread. Some other things that have hopped onto the page are those little tags. So I have a lot of these printables pre-cut, and I just keep them kind of close at hand so that if there's an applicable spot to put them, I can pop them in there. So that's definitely what happened with the 9. And then from the crepe paper cut apart pages, there was the Hooray for Cake, which I thought would be really, really nice to kind of bring a little bit more pink into the spread. There's lots of blues and lots of reds, lots of those like really bright boy party colors. So I really just kind of wanted to play off of those little pops of pink again. Another thing that got speckled all across this spread, and I believe even the second spread, are these stars from Citrus Twist. I really need to do a Citrus Twist order and buy some refills of the stars and things like that, because they are so lovely to use on boy spreads with the bright colors, especially with Owen, who likes to wear lots of bright blues and reds and, those big colors that pop. And I feel like those stars are always really great accompanying colors. But I end up using the stars, I end up using enamel dots, and I think I even bring holographic. I can't remember because, again, the spread's not in front of me, but I do use stars. And I want to say that I ended up using like holographic stars again. If not, they might be gold. We'll see what happens. Again, wish I had the spread in front of me. I'm actually doing the voiceover from Jeff's house, which is wonderful because if you notice, there's absolutely no background noise, which is great. He is in the kitchen doing things, so there might be some noise, but for the most part, no traffic noises, which are typical if I am voicing over from my house because I live off the highway. But other than kind of speckling some things around, I'm pretty sure this spread is done. And I can kind of start talking about the second spread. So the second spread is if something else pops on, I'll definitely call it out. But for the most part, it's just me playing around with enamel dots. The twine, which I think is the only other thing I haven't talked about. Super cute. I love twine, and I love having like any kind of textural element. So you'll always notice I try to get some type of like paper printable label type of situation, like a paper pop-up. I try to then go into enamel dots, definitely add my little punched stars. I love twine whenever I can add it. Anything other than that that's textural, like a ribbon. And now with the sewing machine, I'm so excited to see if I can start popping in things like, ribbon and actual just thread over top. I think it'll be really, really cute. Oh, they are holographic stars. Mystery solved. So I did end up using holographic stars on this spread. I'm not sure if that carries over into the second or not yet. We'll see when we get there. But like I said, the second spread is going to talk more about the actual party itself. So that is literally at the very end of the week. So his birthday party was at Main Event, which I had really never been to one before. It's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, but more adult is the best way I can describe it. So it was really neat because they had like bowling, they had an arcade, they had party rooms, they had like a whole obstacle course situation, but it was cool how they had it structured out. So where the kids had time with each particular, area, and the party room was booked too. So that was really fun. And I felt like they were really organized about it all. Another really exciting thing that got to happen was that I got to meet baby Tanner. So, two of Jeff's friends had a brand new baby back in October, and we hadn't had the opportunity to see the little man yet. So that was the first time that I got to meet him and that Jeff got to meet him, which was really fun. And obviously the baby was just like, what the heck? Like looking at everything, and it was so much noise and so much brightness. And I think it was a little bit of an overload, but he took it well, I think. But it was so lovely to see him and the mom and dad, who are friends of ours, and just kind of catch up with them. And they have two adorable girls already, so it's great to see them. There was their youngest, now their middle child, and I definitely share a love of crafty arty things and girly crafty arty things at that. So it was a joy to see her, but even better, we ended up in matching sweaters, which definitely did not plan. So that was really fun. So there's going to be a cute picture of us in our little matching sweaters, which is great. And even better, I think that there's a picture of her with her tongue out. Y'all, I am kind of slightly terrified for whatever the dyes are that they put in birthday cake cupcakes or something. Her tongue was like forest green, like the whole thing, like not down the center. I don't know what she did with this thing, but her whole tongue was green. It was mind-boggling. Really terrifying, actually. But basically, anybody that ate a cupcake, your tongue was the color of the frosting. And so Addie, I think, had consumed more than one cupcake, I'm beginning to suspect, because her tongue was ridiculously green. But it was still a really funny photo. And the kids had a blast, all sugared up, and then they went and did a ropes course. So I think it worked itself out just fine. But it was really fun to just kind of be in a loud, fun place for a few hours and watch them celebrate. And like I said, it was very well timed and organized. So there really wasn't any issues with, overlap or delay or, kids being uninspired or bored. It was definitely a constant thing. I have no idea what I'm doing on this spread right now other than going through all the things. I do end up using these letters from Citrus Twist, which again, reason why I need to do a Citrus Twist order. I wish that they would make those in like a black and white, but like the reverse, to where it was like black background, white letters. Because the only ones I have like that are from Tim Holtz and they don't make them anymore. If anybody happens to know where to purchase a version like that, really would love to know, because it's like in this like typewriter font, but I end up spelling out yum on that spread, and then I end up pulling up that washi phrase where it says captured, I think, and putting it on something else so that I can put Make-A-Wish on the card with Owen blowing out the candle. I think this is why this spread takes a little bit longer, because usually the first spread that I do does take a little bit longer just to get back into the groove of things, especially if I've been on a break. So I'm very nervous now that I've not crafted in like 7 days because I've been away, that I am going to be struggling to get back into the groove of that and doing planner wrap up. So lots to do there. But do I not put Make-A-Wish? I just put wish with an exclamation point. By the way, that little glue pen is a savior. If you guys are looking for a really good glue pen, that one's from Zig, and you basically just like squeeze it at the center. It is a godsend. Like, it's perfect to put little stars on if you've got a washi that's trying to roll up, and it fits perfectly in a pen bag. So pro tip, get that little Zig pen. You can pick them up at most craft stores, and I'm pretty sure Amazon as well. So yes, check, get that. I think we're going to move into the second spread here shortly. At least I'm hoping so, because I'm starting to forget things. But you see how I made like a little stack in that top right hand corner where that card's going to flip, which you're going to see at the end when I do a slow flip. Okay, now I'm remembering. I was like, there's some things I'm forgetting. So another fun thing about this particular week, and first let's talk about this product. So this was a 4x6 card that was in my stash, and I really liked it because it said weekend across the top, and then it had a day for Saturday and Sunday. And I thought that this would be really cool if I could cut it down. And again, I like to use at least a paper label to bump some things up and just give a more textured element. But I figured this would be a great way for me to turn these like pattern cards into journaling cards and talk a little bit about the very specific events of the day. So as far as Saturday went, it was all about the birthday party, like I said. And so I talk about that and seeing baby Tanner and all of that good stuff. And then in the 5 top moments, again, very redundantly, I talk about getting to spend time with the kids and meeting Tanner and all of the good things that kind of happened in that. The 5 things that make me happy card, the 5 moments. All of the cards on this page actually are all printables from various kits and companies. So some are from Paper Person, some are from Studio Calico probably, and I think that's it. I know the Let's Party and the confetti dots are 100% Paper Person. This is a little bit left of that cut apart page that I'm playing with the tags on it. I think I was trying to see if I could make it work to have a tag on both spreads. I usually, especially on weekly pages, I'm always going to do a double, if not more than that. I usually just have too many photos that I can't just do one. If I only had a one spread week, then I clearly am ill or something and I have not moved in a week. Even then, I feel like I'd find things to document. I very unexpectedly pulled out this thicker sheet and I didn't expect to use it. I wanted it because I knew it had like go girl kind of mentality, and I wanted to use it with the photos for Addie and I, but then I started to realize, well, this kind of works for a couple other photos, so I'm just going to run with it. And again, it's so me, let's get textural. So the thickers definitely bumped everything up a good bit. And so I end up playing with how the structure of the heart eyes ends up getting laid out on the card. But it's a photo of this tiny bottle of wine from In Good Taste, which is perfect for 2 small glasses or 1 very large glass. And I took that with me and I took myself on a date to the movies. So I really wanted to go see the new Hunger Games that's been out since like November, but I really wanted to see it on a big screen. And it was still doing like one matinee show at the movie theater near me. And so it was gross and it was rainy. So I just grabbed this tiny little bottle of wine and went off to the movie theater. One of my biggest weaknesses is specifically movie theater popcorn with M&Ms. I have elaborated a little bit over the years and I really quite love Ferrero Rocher actually makes chocolate bars now, and the hazelnut is so good. So that's another like guilty pleasure, like good chocolate with movie theater popcorn. But I'm trying to switch things up a little bit and go take myself to a movie instead of going to Ponce every so often. Like if there's something in theaters I really do want to see, because it's not quite as expensive and it's local, it's faster to get to, and it's still giving me, a little break and a treat for myself. So I went and saw that, and in the Makes Me Happy card, I talk about that I obviously love popcorn, Fridays off, and things of that nature. The next place that I use those stickers are these wild. I ended up not doing the child part because I just wanted to conserve some of the thickers maybe to use for other spreads, but I think that is so appropriate for her with her tongue out. Like I said, just terrifyingly green. And then the last one that I thicker up is the Love. And that's just a picture of Kathleen with Tanner. And it's just super cute because he is completely passed out in the middle of the arcade and she's watching the kids do the rope course above. So it was just like perfect maternal chaos and he's just sleeping and having a great time. And then as far as that last photo goes, I actually made kind of like a carbonara. Well, it was more of just like a good white pasta, I guess. So there's mushrooms and spinach. I don't think I put bacon in that one. And then Jeff grilled some chicken. So we just made really tasty pasta for Sunday night and hung out. I don't remember the weather being like particularly nasty or anything at that point. I think it was just like our lazy Sunday. He normally has Mondays remote, but I don't. Usually Sunday is my like day to take a deep breath before I get into the work schedule, unless there's like a bank holiday or something. I really try to take it as easy as possible. Because Mondays and Tuesdays are usually full on, full of appointments. Those are our full 2 in-office days most weeks. So I really just try to take it easy and make something comfy. I'm actually really excited about what we're making today. It's like a rotisserie chicken, some sweet potato gnocchi, and collard greens, I think. So comfy, and the weather's actually took a turn for the better today as well. If you can't tell, I'm definitely recording the voiceover very last minute and getting this posted today. So that's why we're going to have just a little smidgen of a delay. But more or less, like Sunday is our cozy day. And so that's definitely what the focus was on Sunday, especially after having a kid's birthday party the day before, which is a lot. It's 4 hours of screaming and bouncing and music and lights, and it's overwhelming. But it was still a really awesome party and a really great day. And he seemed to really enjoy his birthday week. And it was just super comical because I felt like we told him happy birthday 40,000 times. These are the larger word phrase stickers. So again, these were the printed out versions of that tiny sheet. And I end up picking out a couple different phrases to scatter out. I really struggled with trying to figure out what I wanted to put on the birthday photo or the birthday cake photo. It was a Mario themed birthday. So obviously the red was very fitting, but I really struggled with trying not to be too redundant with saying like January stuff, because I think I kind of did that in the first spread, but I wanted to also kind of have that like details or notes element, kind of like how I did the captured on the spread before. So again, just trying to like have like a little phrase, but not be just plonking something down for the sake of plonking it down. So I end up settling, I think, on happy for the card that's got Addie and I on it, which again, look how perfectly matched we are. I could not have guessed that we would have accidentally done that. And then I think I do end up settling on the details somewhere. And I think I end up leaving the worth it with the pasta, but we'll see how it goes. As you can see, I do try to use the same products for both spreads just to keep everything cohesive. It may not 100%, like obviously those stickers didn't make it onto both spreads, and that's okay. To me, it's, the things like the stars, or enamel dots or things like that, I really just try to keep somewhat consistent just so that the colors match up. And actually right now, I think that my pages are flipping, so you don't even really notice that they're cohesive, as if they were open face, but that I'm sure will change throughout the year. I really struggled with this particular week not to pull out photos and do like a 12 by 12, but I knew it would take more time, and in the essence of trying to pre-film content, I just kind of thought it was best to like basically let it be Owen's birthday party for both spreads, or like whole birthday week, because that kind of happens when it comes down to me and my birthday week or my mom's or anything like that. I usually try to give that person like a 12 by 12 of sorts. Usually I think one of my favorite spreads that I've ever done has been my mom's, and I'll try to link that, or you can head over to the channel and find it, but it turned out to be this really pretty intricate 12 by 12 spread where I fussy cut out a bunch of flowers to overlap, and I asked her like currently questions, which, I love my mom, but she's very much like the 9-year-old too, where I can only get so far with the questions before they get bored and they run off. So I have to be tactful. Like, what are the most important questions that I ask this child or this adult? Because my mom will 100% get sarcastic after a certain point and not actually answer me. So the happy label ends up getting put there. I am very curious to see where everything else ends up. This would be so different and so much more cohesive if I actually had these spreads in front of me, but I don't. But like I said, I didn't pull out a 12 by 12 for Owen. There was only really one photo that I was considering it with, and I just felt like it could fit in that first spread, and that was the photo of Owen with Jeff and Justin's dad reading the card. I thought that was really cute and could have been pulled out. I even thought about making it like a 9 by 12 so it wasn't quite as large. But like I said, I do tend to pull those out, like those special moments out. This was just not a time where I really had the timeline that I needed to do a whole nother spread in addition to these two. So I just kind of made it work. I end up deciding that I don't want to use like the big labels just because they're taking up too much space, but also going back to trying to make it cohesive with that first spread. I just started to think, this is looking too much like week one. I do remember that now in hindsight. And so I do end up using like the small phrases to put over that messy grid washi, just again to make sure everything is cohesive. But as I get ready to wrap everything up for this video, and if something else changes, I'll definitely call it out. I really don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be a fun journey for all of us, I guess. But thank you guys so much for all the support. And I hope you guys enjoyed all the pre-film content while I was gone on the trip. I am definitely looking forward to doing some planner flip throughs. So that's going to be coming at you guys on Wednesday. I'm also really excited because my Q1 subscription items are starting to arrive from Coffee Monster Co. So that's really thrilling. Spoiler alert, I did not take part in any of the overstock sales that happened again yesterday. I am holding out for her birthday's in August, for the anniversary sale in March. And I'm already kind of putting the bug in Jeff's ear that I'm probably going to want a Coffee Monster Co. gift card, because the anniversary sale happens around my birthday. So perfect timing for that. But so that's just some things to be expecting is we're going to be having some flip throughs. Of course, we're going to have a plan with me. And I'm hoping to be able to do a Hobonichi 5-year flip of January as well. So lots of fun, different content. I hope you guys are enjoying the cadence as well of making Project Life part of our cycle a little bit more regularly. I'm enjoying the journey, and I am so looking forward to all of the fun Mardi Gras pictures that I'm going to get to document as well. I'm super excited to hurry up and get to those. I have no idea how I'm not going to have 5,000 spreads for that because there's so many pictures and so many amazing moments. I have no idea what that teeny tiny little word phrase sticker says. None. But I'm sure I remember it being, I think it says like new things. Yeah, that's exactly what it says. It's like so little on my screen on my phone, but it says new things, and I'm definitely referring to the new baby and all the new things that the new baby was seeing while we were at main event, because it was a lot of new for him too. As far as the spread goes, I do believe that I leave those cards blank until after, so you'll see them when I do the slow flip here in a minute, but I really just wanted to leave them blank of the journaling, so that I could think long and hard about what I wanted to say, because there were some crazy, like not crazy, but more personal thoughts that I wanted to put on there as well, that I just wanted to think through before I wrote in the moment. And sometimes it's hard when I'm filming to like use big words and actually flesh out my thoughts a little bit because I'm just conscious of time. Another thing that I added were these cute little like dashes to outline some of the stars, just so that they looked more a part of the spread and added another textural element to it. Obviously, it doesn't pop off the page, but it does add like another layer, which I like. I love a good dash border. I just feel like it helps kind of make certain areas of a card pop, or it helps kind of pull everything in, especially with that messy grid washi. I just felt like that pulls the black out a little bit more as well. So overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this spread and went on this ride with me. I hope your Januaries are going well. Now Februaries are going well. And of course, we'll be following up with more weekly spreads. It's not really that I'm behind. I'm just filling in other content as well. I am actually really behind in Project Life. But here is that lovely slow flip with this like flip out card, which thankfully I ordered more of those off Amazon. I love using those so that I don't have to do a whole nother spread, but that I make use of all the space. And it's also great to hide things, almost like create a pocket of sorts. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this spread, and I will see you guys again on Wednesday with some planner flip throughs. Thanks, everybody.